Guys, thank you very much for joining me here on IPO Market Watch, which is also called Bull Market Watch if you are part of our Discord community, which is nearly 2,000 members. And I want to thank everybody who has joined. It's a combined effort from Patreon and YouTube paid members, nearly 2,000, which is awesome. Whether you join Patreon or on YouTube paid membership, you get access through those into the Discord. All right, so thank you guys very much. Thank you very much for joining. By joining a community of investors, it is awesome because everybody gets together and we all help each other out and we share ideas. In this video, I'm going to show you like real solution, not just talk about, you know, the market is this, that is that, that's that, that's that. Okay, let's end the video. No, I'm going to show you something that is going up. And there's a reason why this is going up while the market is going down. Know one thing, if you're new to investing, if the market is crashing, something is going to go up. It's always like that, always, all year long. There is something that goes up while other things are going down. The thing is to be, I guess you have to read a lot, to keep yourself up to date a lot, educate yourself as much as possible, because the more education you get, the better opportunities and chances you'll have to find a money maker. And there is currently a money maker, and it makes a lot of sense of why this is going up. When the rates are going to start being cut, this thing will start going up. It already started going up the past 1 month, 9.6% already up, just from the thought that we might have rate cuts in September. Imagine what will happen when rate cuts begin, right? So this solution that actually makes sense to me, personally speaking, just for me, I can't recommend this to you, and that is making money. And I've already called this out since June, because if I were to get in it from before, it wouldn't have made any sense. I'll show you in a little bit what I mean. But in June was pretty much, I thought, okay, this is it. We're getting close to rate cuts. This is the bottom. Let's get in this because it's gonna go up. And we're already up nearly 10%. In fact, if you had invested in that, you would have made pretty much enough money to cover your Discord membership here on Bull Market Watch for years to come. If you go to join Patreon in order to get access to my Discord, you'll see 3 different types of memberships. There's one at $5, one at $9.90, and one at $17.90. The prices are really low. I keep them low to help people out because it is hard times. But for what you're getting for $17.90 is insane. So if you join the Discord, you have access to a bunch of tools like, you know, my picks in 2024, what I buy and sell. But that's okay. Don't worry about that. The point is to get the tools, guys, like this here, all these tools, Quant Alerts, which tells you what it thinks by AI, using AI, what will go up or down. Red is bearish. If it was green, it would be right here, example. The dark pool, obviously very, very, very powerful. I'm not going to explain everything right now. I don't have time to explain what each one is. Dark pool is very powerful. Trust me, if you're an investor, you need to have access to that. Holds, what's being halted immediately the moment it gets halted. News, you get news here faster than you'll get them on your broker. In fact, I've seen many times the news that go in here, guys, reach the trading apps 5 minutes later, for example, on average. FDA approvals, unusual options, insider trading, analysts, all sorts of things, right? But if you have access to the top tier, guys, then in June you would have gotten this report. Small report, nothing huge, right? I give them bigger reports, like 10-page reports, which is pretty much educational also, which explains. I make these reports and they have graphics and everything, and it's nice. But this one was just a really small one that I made. And back on June 11th, 2024, I posted the following for my members to read, and if they like it and they can look into it, maybe they can buy it. So I said, why I'm accumulating little by little the following. SPDR portfolio long-term treasury ETF, ticker symbol SPTL. And I go on to explain that the SPDR portfolio long-term treasury ETF is an exchange traded fund that mostly invests in investment-grade fixed income. The fund tracks a market value weighted index of debt issues by the US Treasury, and so on. It was trading at that time $27.19. Now keep in mind that was on June 11, 2024. I said to them that long-term bonds will be a good investment for the next couple of years as interest rates are set to fall, right? It makes sense. So people are going to turn to long-term bonds if the interest rates fall. And this ETF covers long-term bonds. So it makes sense to get into that if you want to have exposure to this type of investment. It is generally agreed that the Federal Reserve will drop rates over the next few years, right? And now we're getting close to that. So damage is already done, I said, with the 525 basis points of rate hikes over the past year. It pays some monthly dividends, not 8 cents per month. And prior to the Fed rate hikes, SPTL traded well into the 40s, blah, blah, blah. So basically, I explained the reasons why the ticker symbol SPTL at $27.19 was a buy for me in June. And the reason was because I thought at that time that we would be very close to getting to the point where we will have rate cuts. And I've been proven right so far in my thinking, because in September we're gonna have rate cuts. Now SPTL, guys, was $27.19. Right now it's at $29.06. We're already up and we're making money. You can look at the past 5 days, you can look at the past 1 month. It is going up. I expect SPTL, personally speaking for me, and I could be very wrong, so don't trade according to me, but in my opinion, I expect it to go back to the 40s. So personally speaking for me, in June, I decided that this was easy money for me. And that's something that I shared through a small report type of explanation to my members for the top tier, which was 1790. Something else that I shared in my Discord, and it wasn't just for the top tier, but it was for everyone to view, was another type of small report. I say small because, like I said, I make larger ones that I give links to and people click on, and it's a 10-page reports. But this one was a small one too, and I think people like them better because it's faster for them to read. But back on June 25th, 2024, I decided that ticker symbol ESQ would be a great investment. So over on my Discord, I posted on June 25th the following, and I said, at everyone, Esquire Financial Holdings, ESQ, trading right now at $45.26. I explained what the company is right here in this paragraph. I then go on to tell them that the PE ratio is at 9.78, that it has cheap shares, high quality assets. If you compare the share price with the assets of the company, which were high quality assets, the market cap at 374 million, the assets were 1.6 billion dollars compared to the market cap and compared to that PE ratio. They had zero debt, so I mean everything in the balance sheet looks so beautiful compared to a market cap and an undervalued stock. It was all pointing towards something that said, you know what, this is it. It's got to go up. The revenue was 20% annual growth rate. Net income was positive 41 million. Free cash flow positive 40 million, and the cash on hand were $165 million. ESQ made the perfect sense at that time to be in, simply because it was an undervalued stock with a really good balance sheet. So like I said, it was trading at, guys, as you can see here, $45.26. If we go over to look at ESQ right now, today, it's at $58.69. These are some of the examples of what's going on in the Discord. Don't join the Discord just so you can see what I personally believe is a buy. That would be wrong. You should join the Discord if you want to be part of a community, have those trading tools that I showed you, and then also access to me if you want to ask me any questions. And then if you see what I think is a buy, you can also ask me questions and look into it. Overall, guys, I think being part of an investing community does help. Now, as far as SPTL, the ticker symbol SPTL, I expect it, like I said, I expect this thing to keep going higher each time that we have a rate cut, right? If we don't get a rate cut, then it's not going to go anywhere. But at some point, we will have a rate cut, and I think we're getting close to it. And so it makes perfect sense. It has been making perfect sense for over a month now, and it's been awesome. Warren Buffett, one more thing I want to mention about Warren Buffett, because there's a lot of scare about weakening economy, the Middle East tensions, which I think is the biggest threat to the stock market, is what's going to happen in the Middle East, because it's not going to be a Gaza thing. It's going to be a full blown out war in Iran. So that's very different. If that actually turns out to be true, which I would hope it doesn't, but it seems like it will, then Occidental Petroleum. Warren Buffett has not sold any shares in Occidental Petroleum. Okay, I would look into that. I think that Occidental Petroleum is a really good investment, just personally speaking for me. Thank you very much, guys, and take care. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, and if you want to be part of the Discord, The link will be in the comment section below. Take care, everyone.